Keanu, you did it again. Good job, mate. I didn't think John Wick 3 would be as good as 1 and 2, but you shocked us. It might be in my top 10 favourite trilogies of all time. I can rewatch those films whenever. They are that well put together and well made. The editing is always so well done, and this one was no different. I mean, Keanu Reeves at his age still doing a lot of his own stunts is beyond me. I mean, Brie Larson, he actually does do a lot of his stunts, so yeah. I know you say you do your stunts. Cool. But we know. And the theatre I went to see it in wasn't exactly full. It was probably a quarter, if that. But for some reason, everyone was just laughing. I thought it was just my family who was weird that laughed during this film. But because everyone was laughing, I found myself actually doing it, which I haven't done in the last two films. But for some reason this time, everyone was just laughing when John Wick was going around killing people. And yes, you could say that the story in this film may have been a bit weak, but it is practically 65% pure action. Like, I would think the dialogue in this film probably made up like 30 pages of the 2-hour film because it was just pure unadulterated action. There was nothing else to it. It was very well cut together. It was very dynamic. And the crazy thing is it's so hyper-realistic while at the same time feeling very visceral and real and realistic at the same time. So that meld and mix is very hard to come by, and something like the Jason Bourne films do it to an extent, but the way they cut the films together, I sort of, it detaches me from the scenario that he's in because of the quick cuts and all this other stuff. In this, it's so well and seamlessly placed together that you really get a feel of the world. And if you don't know, John Wick 3 is placed just after John Wick 2, which itself was placed just after John Wick 1. So all three of these films have all taken place within the space of like a month or 6 weeks probably, something like that. Which I don't know if that's ever been done before, where 3 films, a trilogy of films, have all followed a character. Just, it's like a month in the life of this character. And thankfully it's a good character, and a lot of the other characters around him actually got a lot of screen time. And the concierge from the Continental, I don't know his name, but definitely a very well-built guy. He didn't seem that well-built in the last two, but maybe man's put on a few because he looked a bit jacked. He looked low-key like he could break some people. He had a much bigger role in this, and he's a character I've loved since the first one. I really hope they would expand on his role. Ian McShane, always great, and he's very underrated in terms of the general audience. I don't think people realise how good he is. Lawrence Fishburne as well. He had a smaller role in this one than in the second one, but he was still good and he added a lot to the story. Who else? Halle Berry. Yeah, man, it's probably the best role she's had in a couple years, at least that I've seen her in. I didn't like her in Kingsman 2, so this is another action role where she's actually done well in, and I enjoyed her in it. So there was a lot of good things in this film, and a lot of the casting was very well done. I don't know the name of the bloody hotel checker person, but she's in Billions, and I watched that, and when I saw her, I was like, that's surprising. All right, I just started watching that, and then she's up and in this film as well. And then also Penguin from Gotham was in this. I noticed it after like the 4th or 5th time they cut to him. I thought it was a woman, and I looked at his face, and I was like, oh, that's the Penguin. that's Penguin over there, yeah. Small little things which made me like this film more, like the casting, the way it was shot. It was very cinematic and it felt very close at the same time. It was very close quarters, a lot of the fighting. And just the way they expanded on the world is incredible. I'm really excited to see what they do with John Wick 4. I mean, the fact that 1, 2 and 3 have all been so good. If 4 is good as well, this is some unprecedented stuff. That all 4 of these films, if they do make a 4th one and it's good, it would be crazy. And it is some of the best action sequences, hand-to-hand combat I've seen in a very, very long time. Like, they really employed an incredible stunt coordinator. A lot of the team involved with the stunts were very, very good. And I noticed some of the guys, I think some of them were from The Raid, if I remember correctly. Some of them look familiar, and I think that's where they were from. You know, they just put in such good work, and the ones with them, I think it was them at least, I think it was the best fight scene of the film. It came in the 3rd act, near the last probably 30 minutes. Really, really well done. Absolutely mind-blowing. The methods in which he kills people in this film is absolutely beyond me. I mean, he kills someone with a book by snap. I don't want to spoil the film, but there's a book, there's a lot of knives, guns, shotguns. I'm surprised there wasn't a bloody grenade launcher. I'm glad that they don't go crazy. I'm saying I'm glad they don't go crazy. He was riding on a horse, like in Old Town Road, attacking people with machine guns while he was on a horse. What I was going to say before that ridiculousness came out is I'm glad they don't go ridiculous by bringing in tanks into this film. But hey, they just have him riding on a horse. So I don't really know what to say with that. And I just checked how much the film is projected to make domestically in America and Canada. I say domestically. It's not really domestic for me because I'm from the UK, but in America and Canada at least. And it's projected to make over 50 million opening weekend, which I mean is a big increase from the last one, because I think the last one made somewhere in the region of 30, and the films have done well financially, but they haven't been like blockbuster, you know, they haven't made a shit ton of money. They've made a good amount of money, but it's not, you know, Captain Marvel money. It's not Avengers Endgame money. I think this one has a chance if the budget was kept low, and I do think the budget for this one was higher than the last two. So it has a good chance to make, you know, upwards of maybe 250 or 300 million, especially if it does make that 50 million opening weekend. I see it probably making maybe 130 overall in the US, and then internationally I think there will be an audience for this, especially because of the high octane action packedness of it, and the fact that they went all over the world in this one. They went to bloody, I mean, I think they made a mistake here because they said Constantinople, and then they also said, it was confusing, all right? I think they maybe mucked up a little bit in terms of the geography of the film. Where else were there? There were characters from all over the world. There were Japanese characters, Chinese characters, American characters, Arabic characters, all over the place. So I think internationally has a chance of making quite a lot of money, which is good, because then we will definitely get a John Wick Chapter 4. I don't know what the hell they're going to call that, but yeah, I'm just excited to see where this goes, because I've enjoyed all the films so far. But yeah, Keanu Reeves kills it. His dog, cute. I swear, just add a dog to a film. You have an instant win, because dogs are cute. Like, that's just how it works. They're cute. I guess the key is don't kill his dog. That's a bad idea. Maybe in the fourth one someone does that. Ay caramba, that would be very bad. Don't do this. You want to live. Don't do that. And they really played up the dog levels in this film specifically. I think they took it to heights I've never seen before with the use of dogs in films. It was incredible. Anyway, guys, that was just a quick snippet review. Yeah, maybe it's not that quick. It's been like 7 minutes. Wow. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to cut this together. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then the Baba Yaga himself will come after you, alright? You don't want that. You already don't. He's called that for a reason. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I have been NarendraTheComic. You have been great. I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.